Hi everyone, welcome back to Successpedia Asia's Resilience series. It's actually Journey to Success Resilience series, and we are thankful for everyone for being live with us, watching us. So Resilience series has already moved to our 11th episode, if I'm not wrong. I can't remember whether it's 10 or 11, and I don't even remember how many days we are actually in this circuit breaker of Singapore. So circuit breaker is actually Singapore's measures to actually try to tackle the COVID-19 issue, where most of us are being made to stay at home if our businesses or work is not so-called essential. And here I am in my own studio, own home, own house, own studio. I call it the studio, house studio whatsoever, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for support. So we hope that all of you can share Successpedia Asia's series more to your friends. Today, who do we have? Today we have with us, actually, none other than Daryl Saw. Daryl Saw is actually the founder of, or I would say he's actually from, let me see. Yep. All right, there we go. So from Santa, let me just leave it to him. It's a bit difficult to actually pronounce it. So yeah, Daryl.
Hi, Desmond. Thanks for having me on the program. So my name is Daryl, and I'm from Santa Fe Tex-Mex Grill, which is Singapore's pioneer Texan Mexican restaurant. We've been in business since 1999.
Oh, in the business since 1999.
Since 1999, yes.
Sorry, can you pronounce the name again? Because I have been having trouble pronouncing it. No.
All right, but you have no problem eating our food, right, so far? Yeah, so
no
Santa Fe, which actually is the capital of New Mexico, which is why we chose the name for a restaurant. So Santa Fe means holy faith.
Santa Fe means holy faith.
Yes, it's a city of holy faith, but actually it's a capital of New Mexico, which is why we chose the name for a restaurant, since we are serving Texan Mexican cuisine.
Okay. And then so Santa Fe
Tex-Mex, Tex-Mex
Grill.
Yep. Tex-Mex, incidentally, is a short form for Texan Mexican, which is the cuisine of the Tejano people who were immigrants from Mexico to Texas in the very early days.
Right. Okay. So grill means simply says
a grill. I mean, we all know what is a grill. Barbecue grill. Yes.
Right. I think it's so for the viewers, this is very good, strong marketing where you actually have a strong meaning and purpose behind the branding of the name of the restaurant and stuff like this. All right, great. Yeah. So Daryl, can you share with us a little bit more to where your restaurant is actually at now at this point of time?
Well, our restaurant, being 21 years old this year, has really come a long way since its opening days. So this restaurant, Santa Fe, actually started in a shop house at Boat Quay. For those of you who are old enough, like Desmond and I, we might know that the largest restaurant in Boat Quay in the late 90s and early 2000s was Santa Fe, number 73 to 75 Boat Quay. We chose the whole Tex-Mex cuisine because the restaurant was started by my dad, and my dad's best friend, which is an American guy, Winston. He actually recommended to us in 1999 that if you want to enter F&B, try this cuisine, which is not in Singapore yet. So we just decided to trust him, and we got some consultants to help us develop this Texan Mexican menu. And it's been 21 years since that day.
In these 21 years, the menu has been changing around here, but it's still revolving around the Mexican taste.
Yes. We really pride ourselves in keeping the cuisine as authentic as we can. And just this morning, I had one comment from someone who says that, yes, this is real Tex-Mex food. And that encourages us that over 21 years, we have not lost that input from the original consultants and the Americans who trained us in the first place.
Right.
Although right now my team is exclusively locals and Asians. I mean, not because we don't want to have Americans, but because we are, a family-owned business in Singapore.
So I believe you can cook, right?
Yes, yes. I cook a lot at home. My wife cooks as well. But actually, for cooking in a Texan Mexican cuisine, it is not the actual cooking that matters. It's the prep work. The preparation of the sauces, the marinades, the spices. That is the most important. And I'm
Right.
very grateful that one of our staff, Lillian, has been with us since day one, and she's the one who's in charge of all the preparations. Yeah. So on
Okay.
the line, I can do the grilling. You probably can do the grilling easily.
I
I
would
mean,
love to.
do plating, whatever. Yeah. I need some backup tonight.
I,
Yeah.
I can't leave my house, sorry. No.
True. Unless I employ you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Mm.
All right, Daryl, our first question to you is this resilience series is actually very much talking about the current situation, not just in Singapore, but even globally or even just in Southeast Asia, So
Okay.
yourself, in your own opinion or in your own thoughts, what do you think of the current situation, the COVID-19 situation, and the impact that it has dealt?
Well, the impact is certainly a very big and a very obvious impact. And what's unique about this is that it affects the entire world, not just one region, not just one country. And this has brought about something in common for all of us. I mean, I usually don't watch the news because I work in a restaurant. I come home at like 10, 11 p.m. But since this pandemic started, me and my wife, we've been following the news very closely. I wake up every morning with an update from her about how many new cases.
Oh, she updates you.
She updates me. Yes. So she's the expert if you want to bring someone on the show for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, it affects every one of us. And I think in a positive way, actually, of course, I mean, we don't want to get the virus, of course, but the positive impact is that we see that people are becoming more cautious. There's an increased sense of awareness and responsibility where we watch out for ourselves as well as those around us. And I would say that priorities have really changed. We see, especially in Singapore now, where they draw a very clear divide between what is essential and what is not essential. So we see how priorities of people's daily lives have changed.
Right. But were you worried? Were you worried when this thing we see it escalating very gradually in especially in Singapore until recently there's a spike and then with all the measures taking place. Were you worried?
Well, worried in terms of health and in terms of business, yes, definitely there were some fears and some just a lack of clarity of what's going to happen. Even in the earlier days in Singapore, where the first cases came about, and we didn't know whether there will be any lockdown or whether any control measures. Well, there was always that fear like that we would be prepared, mentally prepared, especially for a drop in business. However, I'm quite glad that the government support has helped us to mitigate that reduction in revenue in a quite helpful way.
Great. Yeah. Just for info, I fall through that gap where the government support doesn't reach me.
Oh no, what happened?
In terms of business, in terms of business, business-wise, yeah. But I mean, I bear no grudge and I don't whine or anything, because when I see people, other business owners or friends or peers like yourself, if you don't fall through the gap and then the government support reaches you, I'm more than happy, and I'm glad that businesses are being supported in such a way. Yeah.
But having said that, I guess in your line of business, you don't have as much overheads as we do. And therefore, I mean, the support that I get from the government is not to help me to earn more money. It's actually help me to cut my losses. So overall, I would say that based on the figures for the first half of April, we are looking at a loss for this month, even with all the support that the government is giving us.
Right. So it's actually more of keeping the staffs and keeping the jobs of the people around you, to make sure that the restaurant is still alive and staying there after the
I guess they are not too concerned about the restaurant being alive or not. They are more concerned about encouraging us as business owners not to put our staff on no pay leave, not to retrench or to terminate any of the staff. So that whole job support scheme, it actually goes to the staff.
Right.
Yeah,
Great.
and I mean,
Great.
if I factor in my rental, my food costs, and right now even delivery costs,
Mm.
there's nothing much to earn. In fact, there's nothing to earn.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, since we are already talking very much into the business aspect, so how much difference
Yes.
was the F&B scene after COVID? Or maybe you can touch a little bit on before COVID, and then we do a comparison
Yes.
versus after COVID. Yeah.
Okay, when we say F&B scene, I think that's very diverse because F&B scene will include restaurants, bars, as well as takeaway stalls, hawkers, and so on.
Yes. Yes.
I'm in no position to comment for like hawkers and those kind of takeaway stalls at shopping malls. But for restaurants, which is my category, we definitely see a drop in the customer traffic, especially when people don't dine in. You see, during our dining days, about 25% of our revenue was drinks and alcohol sales. When people come in for free flow beer and so on, we only charge $28 for free flow beer. By the way, that's marketing. When we reopen, yeah, that makes up a huge chunk of our revenue. You see, and when we do takeaways now, nobody's going to take away a tower of beer, for example. So that is already a drop in itself.
Right. Oh, we have a question from the viewers.
Oh wow, so
maybe
fast.
we sidetrack a little.
Yes.
So Enrico is asking, how do you manage your fears professionally, and what are your strategies? Enrico,
Wow.
do you mean his strategies for overcoming the fear, or do you want his strategies to run the business?
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe
Right.
Daryl,
Is Enrico online or is it just a text question? Is he
no, he's online. He's online. This is
online?
live. Yes,
Okay,
on
But
Facebook.
we can't hear him speak, right?
Yeah, he can hear you. He can hear you.
Oh, he can hear us speak, but I can't hear him speak. So I can only read the question text on the screen.
Yes.
Okay, all right, right. Sorry, not very tech savvy. Well, how do I manage my fears professionally? Well, I'll say I'll try to be as real as I can to our staff. To show that this is what our management, our company is doing to help them preserve their jobs and to move forward. These are our plans moving forward to mitigate the situation. However, I also share with them the consequences of us not being able to do everything we want to keep the business alive. So that just in case that things get out of hand and we just cannot sustain the business and we have to close, at least they know that it is what's our tolerance threshold. If our sales falls below a certain amount every day, we will close. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not ruling out that option as well.
Right. Okay. So Enrico replied, personal strategy. So he's talking about your personal strategy.
Personal strategy of
to manage. I guess it's your personal strategy to manage your fear. Yeah.
Well, manage my fears. Okay. As a businessman or entrepreneur, whatever you call it, I would say that the fears are. Well, I'll put it this way. I always tell my friends, zero is not a scary number. So we are not afraid to lose everything, cut our losses, and have zero income, zero things that we own, zero entities. The fears is always the losses whenever it's a negative, where we have no sales and we still need to pay for all the overheads. So that in mind, how I manage my fears is to say that it is to remind myself that the worst case scenario is we just close everything, we lose everything, and we are in the position of being zero. Yeah, and that is not very scary. I know many people have lost their jobs and they are having zero income right now. It may be quite scary for some, but if you're in our position and you say you have zero income and you still have to pay for the salaries of a number of people, that is even more scary. So which is why I say zero is not a scary number. And how I manage my fears is that we say that, well, at the end of the day, if we can't make it, let's just make it a zero loss position, zero profit position, and you'll see me driving Grab. Why not?
Okay, right.
I have a 7-seater, I can do it. Right?
So it's the deficits that scares you even more.
Correct. The liabilities. And then, I mean, we are responsible for the salaries of, for now, it's not a big company. I only have 5 employees other than my family who is working in the business. 5 outside employees. So it's not as big as it used to be. We used to have like 25 people in our workforce. But still, as we scale down our business to currently, we are just actually having one outlet of Santa Fe only. Yeah, it is still a sizable amount every month.
Right. I think maybe for Enrico as well. Maybe I just chip in a little bit. How I can relate to what Daryl have said. For me, it's a little bit. It's not a little bit. It's a lot smaller. We have a team of two, not including of a few of our shareholders. But actively there's only the two of us. So every day the worry is, will we walk out of this, keeping the business, and then am I able to pay my partner the salary to sustain, young chap, first job. His first job is to step into entrepreneurship, and if the entrepreneurship fails him, it's gonna be on me lah, as a bad a bad lead, a bad mentor, and stuff like this. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah, that's what we call the sense of responsibility. I guess for us as business owners, we are not just responsible for ourselves, but for other people as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we go back to this. Yeah. So how much was it different after COVID?
Okay. For us, we were quite lucky because the drop came quite gradual. Because COVID started in China, in Wuhan. Okay, of course that's controversial, but largely it's believed that it started in Wuhan.
Yeah.
I noticed that amongst my neighbors, the Chinese restaurants suffered first, especially those in the next street who depend a lot on China tourists. They suffered first, and some of them were telling us that their drop was as low as 3 tables for lunch. So which is, I think that's like a 90% drop for them. So for us, because we are a Tex-Mex restaurant, we have a lot of customers who are Caucasians, who are tourists from US, from Australia, and so on. So the drop in business came a little bit later. For January and early February, we were not very affected. It was only when Singapore had more of the travel restrictions that all the tourists, whichever country they were from, no longer came to us. Oh, by the way, we are just 1 street away from Raffles Hotel. And
okay.
Yeah, you haven't been to our new place.
New place, no. The previous one, yes.
Okay, Ken. After this circuit breaker must come.
I will. Rest assured.
Right. So once we lost that tourist crowd, we were still depending on the office crowd who were working in the area. Like Purvis Street, Bugis. There's still a lot of office crowd from City Hall, Suntec City, and so on. Then came work from home. So all the office crowd gone, and then we were hit even harder. And we also lost another major part of revenue from events, because another large part of our business was running like wine tasting events, like running wine pairing, social networking events, and so on in our restaurant. So once the government started having restrictions on events, that was another 20% off of our revenue.
Right.
So all in all, I would say that comparing pre-COVID days in December to what we are seeing in the first half of April, we still have managed to mitigate the drop to about 50% only, not as bad as 90% that some people are facing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But maybe, yes, sorry, you go first.
Sorry. Yeah. So, but that is more towards the sales and the revenue.
Revenue, yes.
And the traffic. But how about in terms of operations? Were you guys badly affected due to the import-export restrictions and stuff like this?
Thankfully, not at all. I would say that our suppliers are still very reliable, and the supply chain is very intact. And also because we are not a very large-scale business, I don't know about those large-scale restaurant chains, whether they are facing any challenges. But for us, we are doing like maybe no more than 100 customers a day. Yeah, so we still manage to get our supplies in a very timely manner. Okay. And our suppliers are also very helpful. Like yesterday, we suddenly, for some reason, Friday night, we had a spike in our business and we sold out on our sour cream. And for Tex-Mex, sour cream is a very important ingredient. Yeah, so one of our suppliers just stepped in this morning at short notice. Within half an hour, he delivered 24 tubs to us.
Wow.
So I guess they are very supportive. And I'm thankful for these suppliers. They are our very long-term suppliers as well.
So very
Yeah.
strong relationship has already been built.
Yes. As I was saying earlier, one of my staff, Lillian, who has been with us since day one, she's the one who has all these relationships with all these suppliers.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I sidetracked a little bit there. So
Sure.
when we talk about relationship, so a lot of businesses are actually built more on harvested through relationships between companies and companies, individuals and individuals, right? Can we safely say that?
I would very much agree. So yeah, and relationships with our staff, with our friends, with our suppliers, that is very much keeps us going in this circuit breaker period. And as I said, because of the relationship we have with our staff, we don't put any of them on no pay leave. So I hope they also do appreciate that in return. Yeah, most of our staff have been with us for more than 7 years, actually. Yeah.
Or most of them more than 7 years.
Yes.
Okay,
So
and 7
we're
years.
looking at which is actually a very good for F&B company, because the turnover in F&B is very high.
Yes.
But because of how we treat them, we give them opportunities, we groom them to grow and develop their career. Yeah, so many of them do stay for a long time. Yeah. So it is because of that relationship that my family is also making this sacrifice to say that even though we are losing money for April, let's stay open. Let me, my dad, my mom, my sister, we are the ones on the road doing deliveries every day. But why are we doing that? It's because we want the staff to be able to keep their jobs during this month.
So which brings us to the next question. The innovations and the changes that you have made in your business to brace the storm. I think one of it you just mentioned is your whole family is activated to do all the groundwork, which technically speaking, during the good days and the normal days, right? I would say sometimes the directors have a bit of leeway, like more time to themselves, and the ground people do the work, right?
Yes. Usually they're more behind the scenes, but now because we are the only ones who can drive, so we will be the front line delivering food. Yeah, and I like the way you say activated, which reminds me that, by the way, Desmond here is my friend from army. So these kind of terms that comes out reminds us of those old days.
Yes.
Activated.
Yeah, activated, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, what were you talking about before that? So how have we changed and adapted to get into delivery mode? Well, I would say that we actually took action very early, and that's a benefit of being a small company where like you're driving a huge ship, you cannot navigate very easily. It takes a very long time to turn the ship. But if you're driving a small boat, just one turn of the rudder, and then you are in a new direction. So we, as a small company, we are very easy to navigate. Just a week before the circuit breaker, where we received news about that, we just decided, let's go into delivery mode. So within a week, one of our web marketing lady, Erica, and myself, between the two of us, we just developed the whole online ordering site, of course with some technology partner as well. And we just got things going in less than 1 week, which gave us a head start.
Speaking of head start, can I play your video? I actually downloaded it.
Yeah, okay, yes.
All right, so
sure.
All right, viewers.
Craving for something different? Well, Santa Fe Tex-Mex Grill signature sizzling hot fajitas is now available for delivery. Fresh off the grill at our Purvis Street kitchen and delivered to your doorstep by our own team, you can have a Santa Fe experience at home anywhere in Singapore. Yeah, we can't bring you the sizzle, but we'll surely bring you a smile.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just received your email also, the $200 invoice for this advertisement. No, thank you. Thanks for the publicity as well. I hope some of the viewers will also support us with orders.
Yeah. So yes, back to the changes that you guys embrace. But so you guys embraced the change and started prep very on the earlier stage.
Yes. As soon as we heard the news,
As soon as you heard the news, so you all actually predicted and you had the foresight to prepare.
Well, I can't say predicted, because they told us that restaurants are only allowed to do deliveries and takeaways. So there's no prediction. It's just a lesson. I like my sword. You want to do or you don't want to do. That's all. So we were saying we just made a very quick decision. Let's do it. Yeah, and from the point of let's do it, we took less than a week to develop our online ordering system and site, as well as all the like payment collection portals and so on. Yeah. So I think we did well by starting early. Some of our neighbors actually closed for 1 week before they managed to launch their online ordering platforms.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just curious. I'm really curious. Why didn't you guys write on the other delivery platform?
Very
That's
good
actually
question.
thing.
Yeah, that is actually a hot topic in the social media nowadays. Huh?
Yes.
Oh well, okay. Well, the media usually covers the side of high commission commissions, like 30% of commission per delivery. Yeah, so that does have some justification because these platforms have their own marketing base. So we save on the marketing costs and we allow them to use the money that we pay them to spread the word for us. However, the downside of these deliveries, there are two things that work against us personally as at Santa Fe. Is firstly that the delivery radius is very small. So this benefits most of the restaurants that are within heartland areas where there are a lot of residents close to restaurant, and all the delivery platforms are able to serve these residences. For us in the city, our delivery radius is only to probably Beach Road, to Bras Basah, to Esplanade, where there are hardly any residents in this time. Yeah, so one is the limited radius of delivery, where let's say someone in Hougang. For me, I'm staying in the Hougang area. Well, if I log into Foodpanda or Deliveroo right now, I don't even see my restaurant. The option is just not there.
I see.
So that's one, the limited radius, and number two is of course the high volume of competition right now. Almost every restaurant is offering some form of discount to get more business, and we're just fighting each other inside those platforms, which is why we decided let's just do our own in-house island-wide delivery, where we will send to anywhere for a minimum order of just $30.
Wow, just $30.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, let me try to order tomorrow or maybe on Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I have someone saying.
Yes.
This is my friend saying hi. Let me just greet him. Hi, Morgan. Hello. Yeah.
Hi.
All right. And Enrico, actually, thank you just now for your honest response. Yeah. He says we can relate to that zero position to be considered as a position of reality. Yeah.
So that's so thanks, true. Enrico. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on with the next question. Oh, let's talk about this first.
Yeah.
Pandemic outbreak. We have been talking a lot about businesses. Yes. Is this an entry opportunity for some of the young startups or young entrepreneurs wannabe, or even people like me?
You are not young, by the way.
Okay. In terms of being an entrepreneur, I'm definitely younger than you. You have 20 over years of experience.
That's because I started at 12 years old. And I mean, I started off by clearing tables. I mean, since my dad opened the restaurant, I've been on the floor just working since 12.
Yeah, I know. $5 an hour.
Wow, okay, yeah, you remember what I told you. Yeah. Okay, so this situation, it's true that this pandemic creates a lot of new gaps in the whole economy where new startups can fill in, especially things that is not a physical brick and mortar premises, online businesses, online media even, as well as physical business like delivering. These are all gaps that people can step in to fill up. And another thing I would say is that this whole pandemic has leveled the playing field for existing business like myself. You see, if I compare myself to my neighbors in Purvis Street, some of them are much bigger, much more impressive. They are like 3 or 4 units, whereas I'm only 1 unit. So if you look at us on site, I am at a losing end. I'm a small new restaurant over there. By the way, we're at Purvis Street for less than a year so far. So right now it levels the playing field because we all look the same online. All we have is our website, our online ordering platform. So that levels the playing field and could be an opportunity for smaller businesses, even those who don't even have a shop front like central kitchens, to enter the whole restaurant and food delivery business without losing too much to the bigger players.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree that these are the times where the playing field is truly leveled. Even for production wise, by the time I stepped in 1.5 years back, all the bigger players and I would say the season production house, they are already there, very much established. So it's almost
Yes.
impossible or very difficult for us to actually make a breakthrough unless we have something wow or exclusively amazing. I think so far we have only been so. Yeah, but I think after this, it's not just in media, not just in F&B, in most of the industry. But for the audiences, what do you guys think? Do you think this is an opportunity for you to take some of your savings and to start something? Or maybe you want to do your own delivery, maybe can help Daryl to run the delivery and stuff like this. Yeah, we would love to hear from you, audiences. Yep. So yeah, okay. Then let's
Yeah.
move. But yeah,
Okay. Well, but having said that, I think that
we're
this
still back.
okay, wait, what are we talking about? Business
Are we
entry opportunity still, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but what it takes, how do we turn this pandemic into an opportunity is really very much what your company, actually your motto or your slogan is, to be inspired to change, right? We can either react to this whole situation and say that, oh, my business is going down, there's nothing I can do, or we can be inspired to make some changes and suddenly launch a whole new area of business. So that
Right.
again depends on the individual companies, how your team, are you a company with a lot of passengers in your workforce, or a lot of internal consumers, or do you have actually contributors in your workforce who can adapt together with the company, who are inspired to change and do things different, and like to make something good out of this whole business downturn.
Right. So
Yeah.
so the mentality of willing to change or whether they are able to embrace a change plays
Yes,
a big part.
exactly. Yes,
Right.
our whole team has made changes. I would say, like, now my manager, who's Prakash, he took on this whole new role of taking online orders and dispatching deliveries. I mean,
Right.
he's Indian by nationality, so he's not so familiar with the whole Singapore, the different neighborhoods and so on. But he took on this challenge. He's willing to and inspired to change, to learn this whole new how to dispatch deliveries, to plan the timings, so that
Right.
when we are on the road, we don't have to be so stressed about where to go next. We just just follow his schedule.
Right.
Yeah. So this
Inspired to
inspiration, yes.
change.
As long as you're willing to change and adapt, I think there's a room for you to succeed.
Right. Fun fact, inspire the change and inspire to change is actually our company's motto.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, you said that?
Yes, I saw
Ah,
that.
thank you. This is called free
Yes.
marketing.
Yes, you market for me, I market for you. Hey, sorry, point wrong side.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But for the older generation, okay, I'll admit it. Sometimes when we were young, we always question and wonder why the older generation are not willing to change some of their habits and not willing to embrace changes.
Okay.
And now moving on, we are not that old, but I guess we are moving in a few more years time. But I really
Okay.
sense that I'm becoming more and more stubborn. Do you feel that you are becoming more and more stubborn in a way that it's harder to embrace certain changes?
Well, yes, my wife always says I'm very stubborn, but I don't think I am. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm stubborn, but I would say I am how do I put it?
Objective?
Like, yes, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah, I'll use that word when the next time she mentions stubborn.
Don't quote me, please.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, if we see an opportunity or we think that this is the way for a company to go, I would really, as the leader, because it's my responsibility as the leader of the company now, to
Yes.
steer the company in that direction. So it may come across as being stubborn or forceful, but if I see it as necessary, I have to. And I mean, that's how the world leaders are taking care of pandemic as well, with more
Yes.
authoritarian approach than normal days.
Right. Okay. So now that you mentioned the world approach in the whole pandemic, how do you think or how do you fare? How do you see Asia and Singapore performing in the fight in this fight against the COVID?
I see. Is the government sponsoring you, by the way?
No.
All
I
right.
wish, yeah, if they
Okay.
are, I don't have to
Uh,
worry a lot.
well, I mean, that will help me to calibrate what I'm about to say. No, lah, but
Ah,
actually, to be very honest, I think Asia in general has been doing very well in managing this whole pandemic,
mhm.
because I feel that Asians generally tend to dare to take more authoritative steps, to take more firm measures in dealing with, in enforcing rules and so on. And you know, Singapore is a very rule by rule kind of a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as our PM appeared on TV and said, like, don't just look at the letter of the law, but also the spirit of the law. That's something that we as Singaporeans, we have not really embraced. Many of us look specifically at what is allowed, what is not allowed, and we just follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Asian countries generally are like this. And if you come with a hard approach, a very firm approach, say this is the law, this is what you must do, people will generally follow lah. And in this situation, we are basically in a wartime situation. I feel that this authoritative approach is very necessary.
The iron fist approach.
Could say so, yeah. Yeah.
But doesn't this brings us back to the way China locked down Wuhan? Authoritative.
Yes.
We locked
Yes.
down. We sacrificed the whole city for the whole of the world. Something like that. Even
Yes.
though people are saying that it started. They honestly, I feel that the good thing is that they didn't care whether everyone pointed fingers at them, saying that hey, you are the one who started. They didn't
Yep.
care. All they wanted to do was to rectify something that happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So regardless who's responsible for the problem, they took responsibility for the solution. And I think that should be our correct approach. Yeah. So Singapore actually did quite well. I think because we had a very sensible approach which balanced both healthcare as well as economy. Right. I mean, this lockdown, a lot of people are saying that the lockdown, not lockdown, circuit breaker. Yeah.
Yes.
CB, right? The CB came a little bit too late. But I mean, to be fair, I think in the early days we had very good contact tracing and isolation, so it was not necessary to go into circuit breaker.
Yes.
So all these things that's been implemented stage by stage was a very sensible and helpful approach to help us to get into this whole new way of life. And I also think the whole solidarity budget was really, it does show solidarity. Yeah. I mean, it is not enough to cover all my losses, but it does help a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a total of three budget that was that was rolled out. So even for those individual ones, but I think it's a bit more personal thoughts. Just wanted to hear from you. Do you think it's good that cash vouchers or such cash is being rolled out to every citizen, $600? Does it really help, or do you think it is better if jobs, more effort is being spent on creating jobs, which the government is already doing? I think 10,000 or 50,000 jobs to be available next year by the end of this year. So do you think the $600 is a form of help?
I feel the $600 is a short-term measure, a very immediate approach, because if people have lost their jobs now, for them to find a new job will take some time. So this 600, even though it is probably hardly enough to last for 2 months, maybe 1 month for some people. I don't know. I mean, it differs from person to person, but it's still a very short stopgap measure, which is helpful, definitely helpful. Yeah, but in the long run, of course, it is the creation of jobs which is more important.
Yes. Yeah, I think I do agree that to me what matters more will be the creation of jobs, and that's where it has to start somewhere, right? Starting from the government, if people have jobs, and that's where the ecosystem starts to flow. They just have money to spend, and then spending on the private sector. So it goes round.
Yes,
all right.
You're right. Yeah.
So I guess you are very satisfied and happy with how Singapore managed it, right?
Yep, Singapore, as well as so far. Okay, I mean, I will just give a quick comment about Indonesia because that's where our new business is also.
Wow.
I mean, I think I haven't caught up with you for almost half a year already. But we also recently started a hotel in Bintan. Okay, this hotel is the oldest ocean-going passenger ship. Which is Dulos, MV Dulos. So my dad actually bought this whole ship and turned it into a hotel that is on land right now in Bintan, Indonesia.
Right.
Yeah. So Well, Indonesia is also controlling this whole situation very tightly. I'm not too sure about the other parts of Indonesia, but in Bintan itself, I think it's pretty well managed. And the group of resorts that we are part of, which is the Bintan Resorts Group, they also provide very clear guidelines for us on how to manage the situation. However, sad to say that on that side, we have not managed to keep the hotel open through this pandemic. So we have temporarily closed it until further notice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the picture
Yes.
of your the ship.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
go to doulosforce.com. DOULOS
DOULOS
PHOS
PHOS.com. Right.
Got it?
DUOLU.
No, DOU.
Oh, sorry. DOU.
Yeah, DOU. Yeah. Not IOU, DOU.
But it rhymes, right? Okay, I'm still trying to find it. Okay, but anyway, yeah. Well, I'm trying to
anyway, yes.
that picture. Maybe now, can you share with the audiences a little bit more on how you stay positive? And I think you have shared a lot on how you stay positive, especially answering to Enrico's question. I guess I'm really more interested in how you keep your team positive.
Well, okay. Well, how I keep my team positive? I am not really doing a very good job right now, I must admit, because, well, I mean, the situation is so intense, and I tend to come in, especially in the last few weeks, in a very strong and authoritative position, because we need the deliveries to just be sent out on time, to get to the customers on time. However, I think what should motivate them is just the knowledge to know that what me and my family are doing is for their sake, that we have actually valued their income, their continued employment above our own comfort and convenience. Right? I mean, if I put it very bluntly, if we put all of them on no pay leave and my whole family just sleep at home during this 1 month circuit breaker, we'll be losing the same amount of money just by paying the rent and those unavoidable costs. But why are we on the road? Why are we exposing ourselves instead, to the risk of going house to house doing deliveries? It's so that all 5 of them can keep their jobs. So I just wish that they would also understand that. That is the motivation of what we are doing for them. Yeah.
Right. I believe, I don't know. It's something very personal. So I'm not sure what they will pick up, but
yes.
If I'm in their shoe, or maybe when we were younger, the days when we were in the army, I don't think I will be able to understand what the leaders are doing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. A lot of people have that whole mindset that a boss prints money at home, no matter what, you'll still get your salary at the end of the month and so on. But that's not how it is. We have to work to earn the money to pay your salaries. Even if I get nothing at the end of the month, but we still manage to have enough to pay their salaries, and that's what we are looking for in this month.
Right. Yeah. Someone once said to me in the essence of entrepreneurship, the first thing an entrepreneur or a businessman must do and to learn is to do sales. Because if there's no sales, there's no revenue that you're churning in, then no business will be able to sustain, and then no employees will be able to get paid if nothing goes out.
Yes.
Okay, so I found the picture. Let me just share this with the viewers. So,
all right,
viewers, if you heard what Daryl have said just now, their latest business in Indonesia, which has been put on hold for a bit of time because of the COVID. Is this the one? This is the one, right?
Yep, that's the one. Yes. So it's an actual cruise ship. It's not just a ship-themed hotel. It's an actual ship that's been transformed into a hotel.
Right. So is it like a? Does it feel like a not resort, a cruise? The cruise.
Well, when you are in the cabins, we don't even call it rooms, we call it cabins. So when you are living in the cabins, you feel like you are actually on a cruise ship, because most of the windows are also portholes, circular windows. So when you're on the ship, you feel like you're on a ship. But when you are on the land beside the ship, that's where you feel like a resort, because there's a infinity pool, there's a spa complex, and so on.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my dad's idea to put the ship on an island, a reclaimed island, which is in the shape of an anchor. You call it an anchor isle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
And this,
Wow, you're fast, man.
yeah. we have a good and committed team behind us. Not literally
Okay.
behind me now. We're all at home, we're all working.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. That's
Yep,
great.
yep. So that should be reopening sometime in June if the situation improves. And we are looking at because even until before we close, it was in a pre-opening stage where we accept guests. However, we're not fully operational. Like one of the 5 F&Bs over there are running. The main official opening is planned for sometime in the 3rd quarter of this year.
I see.
Yeah, make sure we do a story cover on that.
Of course. Okay, great. I would love to be there, during that time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so but that's weird. Why am I?
Yeah, why are you lagging?
Yeah, why am I lagging? Very suddenly, Am I
Age
back
is
to
catching
normal?
up, bro. Age is catching up.
Yeah, my equipments are.
I'm talking about you or your equipment.
I don't know. I think my equipment is catching up with me.
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, I think we have some comments. Let us just look. Someone said cheers. I don't know who is this. But
oh, hi, that's my friend. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. How do you pronounce Akimi,
that's
right?
Akimi. Yes. I didn't know she was watching.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure she's going to WhatsApp me later on. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hello.
Yes, I'm really wondering why is my equipment. Okay, but anyway, yeah, let us move on to the next question for now. As long as my sound is not lagging.
Yeah.
What is your current greatest wish?
Oh, current greatest wish. Well, I've seen a lot of changes in the world and in Singapore society since the pandemic came to us. And my wish is that when the pandemic's over, that the lessons that we have learned will stay. Right? Singapore has not seen any natural disaster or any situation to this scale for a very long time. And I really hope that the lessons that we as a society learn through this pandemic will stay with us for a very long time. 3 particular things that I have learned is the need to be more frugal, to avoid wasteful spending, to be more responsible for both self as well as family, and thirdly is to be more alert. Just that sense of alertness and to avoid complacency, to be alert to global matters, because it usually hits closer to home than you expect.
Right. Okay. Is that all your wishes?
Well, in terms of as far as it relates to the pandemic, yes. Yeah.
Then how about your personal? Anything non-related to personal?
Wow. Okay, that's getting very personal, Well, no, I mean, I'm a very simple person. So no really big wishes or dreams or whatever. Just
sorry.
Yeah. What's going on? You all right? Very dramatic, the way you move.
I'm lagging.
Yeah, boy.
I'm so sorry, viewers.
Oh.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yes,
I'm back.
yes.
Just a little
reasonable,
reasonable. Now it's more reasonable. Okay. Yeah. So we were just trying out some matrix effect, so that the next episode I can actually do this. It works. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Daryl, yes. So
yeah.
any personal wish that you have? If I'm a genie in a bottle, if I'm a genie and I can grant you one wish now, what would that be? None related to the pandemic.
No, I have never in my wildest dreams imagined you as a genie. I'll probably freak out if you came out from the bottle. Yeah, but having said that, no, I'm quite satisfied. I would just say that wish is just that we can get through this patch. And I mean, as a family, we have really invested a lot of money into all our businesses. I would wish that there would be some fruits to all our labor. No doubt this situation has given us quite a big setback, but we hope that all our investments over the years will not come to nothing, even though I'm okay with losing it all. You know, like both of us, we are Christians. We also know that our God is the one who gives and who takes away, and blessed be his name. So we're not afraid to lose everything because we cling on to something that is of much greater value. However, having said that, I'll say that I'm doing all we can to make sure that our family's investments does not go to waste. Yeah. So if you are the genie, help me to support my business and
you know
spend
I
some
will.
money or what.
Yes. You know I will. You know I will. Once this is over, when I'm going to support all my friends. You know, everyone that's running businesses. I was just telling my partner Kelvin, you know, and the guest yesterday was actually a hotel owner from Cambodia in Siem Reap.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, I missed that show, man. Yeah, I was on the road.
So every time when I fly over the Siem Reap, the first thing that they will actually offer me is, Desmond, don't worry about your lodging and everything. So I told Kelvin, after this is over, when we fly over there to try to explore even further, because we have the capacity and the network and the friends over there that can allow Singapore companies to build their business there along with us, you know. So I said, Kelvin, when we go over, yes, I'm able to get the free lodging, but I said no. Even at most we will accept discount, but it is never going to be free, because business should be supporting businesses, so that and that's how the economy actually works, you see.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Yeah, we don't leave friends behind just because you're my friend. And I said, Daryl, I want some free food, you know.
Yes. Absolutely right. And on that note, I think now that we are online, I would want to thank all my friends, because we have so many friends who have supported us with home deliveries orders ever since this whole circuit breaker started. And very interestingly, they say you cannot visit people's houses. But since the circuit breaker started, I have actually been to more houses than before. Maybe let me qualify. I've been to the doorstep of many houses just to drop off the food. It's actually interesting to see where all my friends stay. And you know, it's just that like 10 seconds of here's your food, thank you for supporting. But it's a way of like catching up also, like, in a way.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that.
So friends support, very, very important.
Yeah, I'm gonna order.
Okay, not tonight. Tonight I'm quite packed already. After this interview, I'll be straight onto the road.
My wife prepared some other food for us. So if I were to order, she's gonna kill me.
Right. Okay. Good. Better not.
Yeah, better not. Okay. So
cool.
I mean, thank you so much for your time, Daryl.
Thanks for having me.
Right. Don't worry. You're supposed to be delivering now, right? But you're here, so.
Yeah, hitting the road in a few more minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Enrico, you're welcome. Well, we are more than happy enough to give a lot of our thoughts. But it's not. I'm not the 主角. I'm not the lead. So our guest opinion stands out more than mine. Okay. All right. So Daryl, would you like to say goodbye to the viewers?
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. And I think the last question that Desmond asked me to prepare was, is there anything you'd like to say to the viewers in closing?
Oh, yes.
So I'll say is, as usual, is stay home, stay strong, and stay inspired. Continue to watch Desmond every time he broadcasts.
Thank you. Thank you for the shout out.
I'll charge you $20 for the ad.
Oh man, I send me the invoice. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you.
All right. Okay, cheers.
Bye,
see you whenever. All right. Cheers. Bye.
All right, guys. So then we have Daryl. Daryl from I'm still trying to grasp the pronunciation. Santa Cat. Okay, just go and read the header. All right. Okay, so yeah, I hope all of you have a little bit more insight to what is going on and what is happening in the F&B industry. Despite there's so many social media articles that's going around, but I thought it would be great to hear from someone in the F&B scene yourself. So you hear from the horse's mouth, right? Next up tomorrow, all right, stay with me, right? Next up tomorrow, we have someone from the digital marketing scene. And if you are a marketer or you are a digital marketer or if you are someone from the traditional marketing side and you know that we are transiting into something very digital, more and more digital, especially after the COVID, Terence will be more than happy to share. He's from Happy Marketeer and he is actually the director of performance in Happy Marketeer. So Happy Marketeer is one of the leaders in the agents in the marketing agencies scene. So they have won various awards in the past recent years. So yep, do stay tuned with us. Yeah, so I guess that's all. And thank you so much for all the support. Don't need to donate to us. We have no QR code. Yeah, and then we will not ask, please like and share. No, but we hope, and I'll still hope that every one of you can share our post. You may not like it. You may not need to click on the like, but do share our post so that it reaches out to more people. And we may even reach out to people who can relate to the topic even more. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.